I said,
Yes.
you'll have to interpret this picture because the only thing I notice is she's a little fatter than what I'm used to seeing.
Well,
Oh,
It's very pretty.
yeah.
well, this is a really old one. I've gone back into my archives, and it's one of those I actually forgot I did. I was messing around with the idea of kind of using the format of a Tibetan painting, where they have the sort of different gods and goddesses and deities and devils and so forth.
Yeah.
So I'm just riffing on the idea of duality. So if you look down at the bottom, you have on the left the sort of extreme feminist or feminine image. That's a Barbie, supposedly. And then on the right, that's Schwarzenegger with
I saw that. Yeah.
with a gun.
Right.
And then I sort of see Wonder Woman as kind of the synthesis of those two, a powerful woman. And that was just a riff on that.
Okay. All right.
It's you don't. There's very few paintings that I've done that are sort of semi-realistic. That's not my thing. So it was just an effort to play around with that. And if I took kind of cartoon-like characters and try to paint them semi-realistic, it comes out not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes a nice poster.
Yep,
Yeah.
it looks like a poster.
Yeah.
I did Schwarzenegger. He's recognizable.
Yeah, I did recognize him. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, thank you for digging it out.
You in progress, Scott?
Yeah, I'm in progress for sure, all the time, Steve.
We all are.
Yeah, I've tended to show you finished works before, and this piece of work is basically just 3 pieces of raw wood that the only thing I've really done is cut out the centers where the knots would be in these 3 pieces. It's kind of I was really enamored with the shapes and the finish that's on it, and I think that after I apply the different finishes to finish off the pieces of wood that are going to be smooth, it's going to look much more different. That's not a word. It's going to look a lot different. What I'm playing with right now is whether or not to organize these 3 pieces in such a way to make a wall hanging, or whether or not I should make a freestanding sculpture where it'll sit on a pedestal. So right now it's kind of a political comment piece. It has actual targets from from target practice that are mounted on the insides, but I can put all sorts of different things on the insides, from pictures of people to faces to whatever. But I just wanted to, this is really just laid down on the floor and taking a picture of it right now.
What are dimensions?
It's about about 2 feet, I think, the from the bottom to the top. Yeah.
Oh,
It's 3 separate pieces of wood?
Yes. Each one, you can see the round holes are where the knots were in the pieces.
Okay.
So are those little white dots from shooting the targets?
Yes.
Okay, because at first I thought those were eyeballs and that was a light shining on them.
Yeah, I did
So
too.
you said they were targets.
Correct. Yeah,
That's cool.
I was doing all this kind of anti-gun stuff, and so I actually went to these were actually taken off the internet, but I went to a local gun range and got some really great looking colorful targets that they use, which actual gun holes in them that are larger than these little tiny holes that you see in these. But I'm curious as to how you guys feel as to whether to do a wall hanging or something that would be standing on a pedestal.
it depends on what the back of it looks like. I mean, isn't the sculpture supposedly three-dimensional all the way around?
It is, and this wouldn't get very good points probably if someone was grading it in a show, because it's not going to look great all the way around. The back of the pieces are going to be highly finished.
Mhm.
So, you know, because the way they were cut is kind of, you can see the cuts on the front that are, you can kind of see that they're smooth versus the rough edge, the natural edge of the bark. Yeah, so the back will be just smooth.
Well, you want to know my sincere impression of it when I actually do like it as it is, and I thought it was one of your best works. I thought this was all one together. I like the way this is rough and unfinished with the contrast of this being more glossy and the contrast of sharp and rough. And I really see this the way you have it here mounted on a wall, then on a piece, some kind of a rectangular wood thing on a wall. To me, that would work as is.
Thank you.
I agree on the wall.
The wall hanging.
Yeah, I do too.
Mhm.
Cool.
Okay.
That's what we'll shoot for. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I like it very much.
Mhm.
Me too. This is one I had on exhibit over here in Italy, and it actually sold.
I adore it. It's one
Thank
of your
you.
best. Yeah. When did you do it?
Well, I'd say maybe 2 years ago,
Oh,
something
Very
like
nice.
that.
Very nice.
Thank you. There's a lot of collage elements in there, and you know, I tried to get a nice even, I don't know what you would call it, like a muted middle section, so that there's a resting place for the eye with, you know, some areas of interest in the upper portion and then in the lower portion.
you know, yeah, I talk so much, but boy, when I first saw it, I wished I could buy it.
Thank you.
The color palette is just so fabulous, and the transparency here, and then the sharpness, the contrast you have in it. I just love the whole thing. The black at the top and the bottom hold it together.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah, there's a lot of layers on there with various purples and blues.
Did you palette knife anything?
No,
Okay.
it's all, I think I did mixed media though. I did some Caran-d'Ache crayon,
Uh-huh.
and then, but mostly acrylic and collage.
Mhm.
And I liked it too. I didn't really want to sell it, but then I decided, you know what? Maybe I can make another one or something similar.
Yeah,
So I sold it.
it's exquisite. One of your best. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for bringing it, Chris.
Mhm.
Is Ulrika here?
I don't think so.
Okay, I didn't
see
see
her.
her. She's got 4 things. This is 2 of 4, and these are works in progress. Anybody have any comments?
I like them.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
Colors are great.
Yeah. They have a lot of motion to them,
mhm.
Mhm.
the way I see it, especially the one on the left.
So small.
Yeah. Very small.
I love the way these little circular dot things are contrasting with the mesh that's showing here.
Yeah.
It makes a good contrast there in the color background. Let me show you the other 2. So, yeah, very interesting textures over here. Yeah, yeah. And I have to squint at this one, but it's
Great
you know,
colors.
yeah, very nice. So here's the first 2.
She sells her work on Etsy, doesn't she? Isn't that where she sells her work?
You know, I'm not sure.
And didn't she previously say that the smaller works are easier to ship and seem to sell or something?
Mhm. I think after they get framed, it even punches them out a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Nice.
Okay, remember that train trip of mine? I need one more thing to show, to submit to Jazzercise. And I found this in my, among my JPEGs. On the train, there's this lady here, and I have subdued her head all the way down to you can hardly see it. I mean, it's much different. And I did distort this a bit, and it's called window seat, but there's really, we were passing snow in New Mexico, and I liked the way she was reflected on the glass. At first, I wasn't sure if it would work being in with this thing in the middle, but I think I like it as a whole unit. If you look at it just as color and form, it works.
Yeah, it's interesting.
My sister in England is so focused on the woman that she can't stand this person, and if I remove the person it would be better, and so on and so on. But I actually like, I see it as a mood picture or a character description. She's deep in thought, she's tired on the train, and the reflection on the grass. Now here, this is the horizontal version, and I did make a vertical version. Tell me which one you like the best, but I mean, try to see this thing as a whole. Here's the other one, vertical. Remember how Rembrandt did his dark brown thing, studies of people? What do you think of this as a portrait? Because I like this little hint of reflection of her out here.
I like the first one better because it does have the reflection in the window, and you wouldn't even have to say that it's on a train. I mean, it's a woman sitting by a window.
Okay.
And I think, you know, you're trying to bring some emotion to it, and I think you do that with her. I just noticed her fingernails. Holy crap!
I know. Well, you know, I had to do quite a bit of editing on her neck. There was a lot of fat and stuff on it, and but this,
it's two different pieces for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
it brings two different things.
I like this one.
I like this one best.
Yes. Mhm.
okay. And you don't hate the woman? She doesn't spoil the picture?
No.
Oh, she makes the picture.
Okay.
The comment,
Okay.
Joan,
Yeah,
and
okay.
I don't think you can do this, but it'd be cool if you could like stretch it, just stretch it, and make everything kind of, you know what I mean? I mean, if you just make it longer,
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
I can do it. However, then it wouldn't be a horizontal picture.
No, it doesn't have to be a horizontal as long as you've got her as well as a reflection in the window. With the window is
Okay, I will try that. Okay, thanks. As long as you don't hate it.
No,
Make it a square, Joan. I think a square would be cool.
One is my first try and use the acrylic on the paper. I think 6 months ago, and I thought that this failed already because no purpose, no color, like my imagination, and yeah, nothing, nothing special. I just have nothing to show. Sorry about it.
Well, no, to tell you the truth, I loved it. I thought this was something new, that it was a new direction with your acrylic, because it looks very impressionistic, first of all. And I like, in fact, what I did was I put in the one that I liked less. See one you did a few weeks ago, this one here? To me, well, to me, because everything is so subjective, but to me, this was not very fulfilling, but it looked like an exercise in color. But this one looks like art to me, and I think I really like it. What do you guys think?
I think it'd be nice if the background between the bottle and the pear was dark, so that those two items would come forward.
What two items do you want to come forward, Chris?
The bottle on the left and the pear on the right. So the middle section, if that was dark, to me, this is way
darken this.
section. Yes, that section. Yes.
So that the bottles and the pear would catch your eye.
Right. So you, right. Because now to me they kind of all blend together.
Okay. Yeah, that yellow does jump out now that you mention it.
It's in the middle too.
Mm-hmm. But overall, I do like the looseness and the scumbling effect you have with the brushwork
do
and all.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good brushwork, Joy.
Thank you.
Nice
And-
colors.
Yeah, it is not a failure.
Oh, thank you. I always can get
Do-
idea from you.
The only thing that bothers me about this, and I agree with everybody's others comments, I think I love the color and the brushwork and etc., is the pear looks like it's floating.
Yes.
That's what I said.
This pair,
Yeah, it looks like a floating pear.
whereas this one seems like it's settled
Yeah,
down.
that's, yeah,
Okay, so get your
I
brushwork
don't
out.
know.
Get your brush ready, Joy.
Okay, got it. Thank
But
you.
but it's quite nice.
It is nice.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's a collage, a class assignment. The model was Japanese or something, and I said, you know, I've hurt my eyes, so I can't really see the details of face and hands. She says, forget about that, just put them in as blank, you know, whatever, and then finish it at home as a collage. And I had a Utah travel magazine, and everything in the collage is from that travel magazine about Utah. And I thought this was fun, you know. So it was just a
Yeah.
little bit acrylic and mostly collage.
Mhm. I really like it.
It really
Yeah, it's
works, Liz.
wonderful.
It really works. Very nice.
Nice.
Mhm.
Very nice.
One of my favorites. I've seen it in her house. It's one of the greater ones.
Is there any brushwork on the face, or is this a piece of the magazine right here?
No, that's acrylic paint.
Oh, you did use acrylic in between there and
Yeah,
maybe.
the hands and the face, because I couldn't see the details of the hands and the face. I thought I'd flunk the course, but she said, no, just leave it, you know,
It's-
whatever.
Very nice.
So I did the sketch and so on of the lady
Nice.
first, you know,
Oh, uh-huh.
and she had that was her outfit, you know. that
Looks
she
like
was
a
modeling in.
looks like a kimono.
Yeah, kimono.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
She was modeling a kimono.
Yeah.
Mhm. Beautiful. Thank you, Liz.
Very
I mean, you see the kimono right away. I mean, it
Yeah.
hits you right away. I mean, there's no
Right.
doubt about it, what
Yeah.
you're trying to achieve.
Yeah. A great job of matching up all the colors and the textures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun. And so then I have never done a collage since then. I said I was successful in the collage,
Yeah.
and I think I'll go stop while I'm ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say do more. Do more. Thanks, Liz.
And Pico for today.
Yeah.
This is Pico's. He's not here, just me today. This was he got this canvas from Barry, which was nice. And it was gessoed, and as you can see, it's acrylic. The preparation, he said, with the gesso and everything took him a half an hour, and the painting took another half an hour. So there you go, 1 hour for jazzercise. So whatever you'd like to say, I'll relay it to him or he'll record it.
I think it's cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I did too. I really did, as soon as he finished it.
I wouldn't have guessed it was Pico, however, if I.
I know. Yeah.
You're being sarcastic, right?
No, uh-uh.
You
It
wouldn't
wa-
think it's Pico? Why?
I don't know. It just doesn't look like anything he's done before. Or
Well, because he's done so many abstracts. My God.
Usually
Circle.
it's looser.
Well, it is looser, but he's got, yeah, I'm looking around the house now and to me, I don't know. To me, it just seems it's Pico, but he does everything. So it's hard to say. That's
yeah,
what-
yeah.
You know what I mean? But I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I would relay that.
I
What-
like the
what-
grid. I like the grid and the contrast with the stuff behind it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, with abstracts, you're always kind of looking for something in it. I kind of see a face in the bottom left quadrant at
I'm
a
not.
lane that way. I know you may not, but and also the quadrant or the lines
Yeah.
make me immediately feel like it's somebody behind a fence. So
Right.
then I start to look for people and faces, and I don't see them. But
Right. He has others like that, which I've seen with the grid, which
Yeah.
are, a fence.
The
and
other
have
thing-
Go
the other
ahead.
thing that's cool, if we were together, we would have this. I would want this turned so that instead of being lateral, it'd be vertical to see what that would do to it. 'Cause
Joan, can you do that? Can Joan rotate it?
Well, I won't have time right now.
Oh, okay,
Still running
okay,
out of time.
But
okay.
do you remember a couple of weeks ago, I told you how I used to be impressed with Willem de Kooning, abstract expressionist,
Yeah.
non-objective art? This is exactly the style he'd be using. And I just, yeah, the colors really work well together, and I like how loose it is. I think this is one of Pico's best works.
Yeah, I do too, and it's wonderful in person to see it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
The pictures never do the,
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
good, I'll tell
Well,
her.
I
Thank you.
must be out of it this morning, but I see two figures in there. I see a dog with his tongue out. That's
Yeah, I
on,
see that, I see that.
and then I see something like, I don't know, a dragon or something with teeth in that's just a little bit above him, talking to
Yeah.
him or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
and we turned it every way. This to us was the Pico and I, especially of course, was the best way. He liked it, but it would be interesting, like you said, to turn it some other day. We'll do that.
Well, since Scott is trying to find things in it, you see, I see a breast right here, like it could be a reclining nude. There's a little breast,
Here,
and there's another breast.
oh,
But-
yeah.
But
Okay, John.
my first impression is that I like the freedom of the strokes and the color.
Yeah, he had fun doing it, and it's only half an hour, so you can imagine.
Well, tell him to do more. He needs to do more of these.
I will, thank you.
Drafted Eileen.
Oh, you
like-
did again. I'm busy to be, I'm in the army, I guess. I've been drafted twice.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was a oil. I haven't done oil for a while. I'd like to go back to doing oil because I do love it.
Nice.
I really enjoyed doing it. It was from a picture that someone gave me. The background here doesn't look so great, you know, with the squiggly lines, but in person it's kind of blends. You don't really see it that sharp, for whatever that's worth.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed doing it, as I
Mhm.
said.
Like that.
Thank you.
Nice.
What's the grid?
I had it on my website, and
Yeah.
I might have taken
Yeah,
it
yeah.
from the website. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. It's still
I feel
very
much better.